Let's give us your assessment, please, on
I'm very, very pleased with the first half. I think there was many good things in it. I think we don't take advantage well enough of all the good situations that we end in and that we create. But I definitely think that we created dilemmas for them and we made it difficult for them. I also think defensively we looked a lot more disciplined and solid. I can't really remember any big chances for them in first half. So I think that was close to being the ideal first half for us. Of course, I wanted us to take, like I said, more advantage of the chances and opportunities that we created. A little bit more quality, consistency in some of the moments, and we would have scored that second goal. And I think even though we get off to a little shaky start in second half, we still create moments and opportunities, and we have that 2-3 in a row after that corner to score that second goal. So that was a big thing for us. And then we know against a top team, it doesn't take much for them to get back into the game. And what we unfortunately saw, that's a couple of guys switching off on a free kick, and then he scored that fantastic goal. But that was how it is, and we looked a little bit shaky after there, and didn't really find the rhythm after their goal. So I think performance-wise, there's definitely something for us to take from this game. Result-wise, it tells a little bit where we are as a team and as a group. That we need to do our maximum in all the games to get something out of it. And if we're just not reacting well enough, or just not being attentive in moments, or not being aware, then we can get hurt in a couple of seconds. And then I think definitely that was what we saw today.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, with the 2 goals, as good a strike as that is, you clearly feel there was a little bit of a lack of concentration maybe from 1 or 2 of your players.
There's a lack of concentration. We should never turn the back to the ball, no matter what position we have. That's one of our clear principles, because we are a team where we defend space, and the ball will always tell us where the space is to defend. So we can never do that. And just, the difference can be 1-2 meters in a situation like that, or just a guy releasing earlier to put pressure. That can make a difference. So I'm not satisfied with that, and I'm not satisfied with the second either, because we are on our way forward and about to create a big chance for us, or at least a big opportunity, and then we end up losing the ball, and we switch off a little bit defensively again. I don't defend the second ball, and we don't defend the space well enough, and we're not proactive in that situation. We're just reacting to where the ball will drop, and that, again, against a top team, they punish you, because we had a similar chance towards the end, but there's apparently a difference.
As you say, the Moncondes chance that easily could have gone in. Was there a shout for a pen there, did you feel?
I cannot see it, but of course we try what we can. Now we step into the Christmas period now, so maybe it's the time that we get a penalty or we get something out of the games. We can only keep believing, and that's what we try to do.
It did feel, as you say, in your first remarks there, that what you've been saying in the last few press conferences about, first phase and moving into the second phase of development, you might need to take a step or 2 back. I mean, that was almost on display there today. That first half, very controlled, a lot of good facets to the way the team were playing. The 2 fullbacks inverting, but then the second half, it just shows maybe, particularly teams at the top end of this league, how much you've got to still travel.
Yeah, and we are not there. We are not one of the top teams in the league, and we are not. There's a difference in their approach compared to ours, and I think we really fight to score our goals and create the chances that we need, and it doesn't seem like it takes much for them to create or score a goal. That's the biggest difference between top teams and where we are. But we have a big ambition to develop this team into being a top team, and today gives me confidence in terms of performance, but I also can see where it is we need that extra maybe 10-15% to be a regular top team. But that's within our ambition, and I think as long as we get the full support as we also had out there today, then I think definitely we will get there. But as everyone can see, good things take time.
I just asked you about the full time. I don't quite know what went on there, but it just looked like there was a bit of coming together with some of the players as you went round on the lap of appreciation.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything. I just saw the reaction of some of the players. Of course, there's frustrations and emotions in a game like this, and also just when talking to the boys in the dressing room afterwards, there was many emotions in the room, because a lot of the players think that we did well for 60-70% of the game today, and then we still get away with 0 points. So it's something we need to learn to deal with. I just made it clear that I don't want to see reactions like that out there, and we need to behave even though we win or lose. Not saying that it was us who started. I don't know. I could not see from my position, but we support each other out there, but we support a teammate by dragging him away and make sure that we avoid it, because otherwise we just end up with more suspensions, and if they have to stay on track, then we can get away with 3 or 4 suspensions based on that.
No Sorensen today. Johannes, what can you tell us?
He felt something in the training yesterday, and I was not able to train, so it was we didn't have any other solutions than to take him out of the squad.
Moving forward though, is that something that needs to be scanned, or in terms of his availability?
It is. We have to make sure what it is exactly that he's feeling. Hopefully it's not something too much, but we need to see what it is, and hopefully he can be ready soon again.
Could you just give us an idea what we're talking? Muscular issue?
Yeah, some muscular pain. But yeah, without knowing exactly what it is, and like I said, we haven't done a scan yet, so we need to find out. But yeah, it was. I think he was a little bit in between whether he could train or not, which also tells me that it's hopefully not too serious. But we've been surprised before, so let's see.
Just ask you about Schwartz, how you went with him on the right of the free, which I think we'd seen at Swansea a few months back. But how do you think he went today?
Really good, really good. Again, a big step for a young boy to take, playing a Premier League team from last season and a top team in the league, and especially his work without the ball, fighting hard, creating many good moments and situations. I think he did very well. Like I said before, I didn't expect that he would be playing so much for us as he's been doing. So it also tells him and us that he's on the right path, and he's doing well, because I think he contributed well, and what I like most about him is that he just completely puts his ego aside, and he does what is needed for the team in every situation out there.
But the final one, if I can, just away from the game, there's a little bit of speculation this morning about Ashley Barnes and maybe Sheffield United in January, regarding what you can control in that process. Is he a player who you'd like to keep ideally in January? We know his contractual status, obviously he's out of contract next summer.
Yeah, but I want to keep all the players that we have in the group. But of course, you never know what can happen. Also based on this summer, you never know when players they come in and they have other ideas. But I want to keep the group also, because it's not that many we have, and we also need to think about homegrown players and stuff like that. So I don't think it would be ideal for us to say goodbye to Barnsley. So I think also people and him as well can see that he can contribute to the group, and he can give us another type of player up front in some of the games. Also, if we need a goal, or sometimes if we need to protect a lead. So no, I expect that there will be a lot of rumours, and I think more of our players will be interesting for other clubs, which is exactly where we want to be. So I'm not really dealing with it. We just stick to the strategy and look at what's best for us.
Michelle.
With the coming together of the players at the end, which I didn't really see what was going on, is there a fear that the FA will get back in touch? Failing to control your player? They're quite keen on that sort of thing, I think.
Are you from the FA?
Huh? Well, I've seen them do it before.
You try to get me in trouble here?
Well, I don't know. No, not your fault.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I didn't hear what was being said. I could just see players that got together. There was nothing in it. I think it was maximum a little bit of pushing and emotions. And I think if you want to kill that in football, then of course you can do it. It's also what keeps us thriving in this business, and keeps us coming to stadium every weekend to watch football, because of the emotions that I ended up. From what I saw, there was nothing in it, and it was just players being a little bit emotional after a football game.
Thank you.
No, all good. Thank you.
Nothing.
Thank you.